All right, no car talk. A little bit of a busier day. Had a little something that wasn't referenced on the agenda before. A little stop at the Raw booth. So yeah, that's something we can get into a little more tomorrow, and actually have a full-fledged kind of reveal. But no, that was certainly a long time in the making, right? Getting on now I'm almost double teamed up with Mr. Bumstead with the Gymshark and some of the Raw. But tomorrow I'll do a deeper kind of talk about everything that went into that. But let's just say I couldn't be more hyped that everything kind of lined up, especially right for the freaking Olympia. But no, plan today, which it already happened, but let's just pretend I haven't hit legs yet. We went over to Newtech gym and wanted to check it out there. So if you're in Vegas for the Olympia this weekend and you're hitting a workout tomorrow somewhere, it's always like, all right, where can I run into some of these guys training? Dude, honest, you might want to sleaze the system because it's like Newtech is freaking huge. It literally is new, like they just kind of launched this month, full of everything you could freaking think of, older equipment, and it's crazy because they kind of, when it comes to a gym space and it's so big, sometimes the size actually takes away from the space because it gets a little repetitive. Like, okay, here's 10 of the same squat rack in a row. Here's 10 of the same Smith machine. Here's a million sets of dumbbells. And, more isn't always more because it could take away from the density of the value of the gym, right? Like, I like hole-in-the-wall places. I like a Center City or Center Gym up in Petoskey, real little. It's got, like, commercial gym on top, grungy-ass gym in the bottom. Like, the vibe is there, right? There's another one up in Canton, super freaking cool, or just wherever, right? So just because it's got more space doesn't mean it's a better place. But no, they knew what they were doing for sure. Like that, it's just, and something about the lights too. There's some gyms, like a lot of the LA or the Las Vegas, I don't know what they're called. Just like they call the LVAC athletic clubs. I feel like I'm in a Walmart, like it's a huge space, which is really cool, but the lights are kind of just meh. So it's still cool, but it's not giving me that sensation of like, all right, I'm here. And there's an energy that the gym itself is giving you, which you want to kind of feed back and forth with. But no, Newtech is sweet. So yeah, this leg day was awesome. Threw some freaking weights around, but we can actually get there in a second. So yeah, everybody is freaking showing up. Ran into Eric Janicki, ran into Ziegler Monster, not to mention all the guys who we actually just kind of got to see up at when I was hanging out at the Raw booth before I did a little meet and greet today. Like, not huge, but no, it's still freaking cool to get to talk to everybody. And what's really fun for me is now that I've been doing this for so long, I get to run into guys like across the freaking country. Like, I'm not from Vegas. I've been in Ohio the whole time, but I'm seeing guys who I've seen before, even like years ago, when like, we got a picture here or we got a whatever there. And now it's all kind of coming full circle because it's like, dude, I saw you 3 years ago like 2 years ago in Bakersfield over at Aries Nutrition, and now we're doing, now I made it here, and it's just sweet, So it's it's gonna. I mean, I don't want to say suck, but there's definitely gonna be a different feeling going back home after this week because it's just so much going on. You're running into guys who, I've never seen before because they might not be posting their stuff on social media. But the guy who is kind of giving me some assisted reps on leg extensions later in this workout, the dude's quads were freaking nuts. It's just awesome to see, and it's kind of a parallel play where everybody's got a shared interest, and whether they're, taking it this far, or they're a beginner, they've been doing it for 20 years, like, it's still the same thing. Like, that internal feeling is still there. And it transcends styles, It doesn't even matter if you might disagree on training approaches, or maybe you're more of a CrossFit athletic kind of dude, or if you're just hardcore straight up bodybuilding only and now your athletic ability is kind of tanked a little bit. I'm certainly feeling that. But, it's the fact that we're all kind of here for this same thing. And that's the best part about the expos, especially the bigger ones, because they know it's not just pure bodybuilding, right? Because in the space of fitness, obviously there's this condensed, real badass cult following for hardcore bodybuilding, which is sweet, right? But general fitness, I mean, it's here, right? Bodybuilding's here, and general, just gym related everything is so much bigger. So that's what I want to see. The more people in the gym doing whatever the hell that they're into to get after it, or I was going to say get into it and get after it in the same word, but to actually keep showing up and make progress, whether it's, trying to lose 250 or, well, I guess losing 250 be serious, but lose 50, 100 pounds, put on their first few pounds of muscle. One guy's telling me 13 months ago, debilitating car crash, and now he's about to compete in a show, and the dude looks freaking huge. There's so many people where that could happen, and instead of, taking the challenge and actually saying, this isn't going to stop me, I'm still going to keep training, I'm going to work around this. This is just a little road bump on my path. It's only something I could talk about, knock on wood, that I ran into some kind of something. I don't even want to imagine something like that. But, I like to think that I'd be able to rise up to that challenge because I'm so into the gym and everything. But that's something where you never know, right? Life's kind of going to test you with a curveball on occasion. Ideally, you don't get hit one that's so rough that you can't come back from it. But if you've got the mentality that it doesn't even matter what it could be, you're still going to bring it, I think you're setting yourself up for success. Even if it requires a little bit of delusion, that's kind of the whole point. This is one thing I've been thinking a ton of when it comes to working out, or guys where they want to start posting videos and show off their progress or talk about this and just go after anything. You don't need a 100% plan. You don't need this shit to be written out on paper, 100% guaranteed. There's no movie with a heist or with a project or with a goal or with whatever where in part of their game plan there wasn't a moment where they say, all right, and with a little bit of luck, shit's just gonna kind of line up and we can make it happen. And it's a little, it's kind of this leap of faith sort of approach, because a lot of stuff that's really cool isn't easy, and it's not instant, and it's gonna take a while, but the people who go after it and they stick with it and they keep up their excitement, no matter if it took them a year or 3 years or they're already 5 years deep into whatever, it's the people who go for it who do get lucky. You have to put yourself in a position to win. You're never gonna friggin' win the lottery if you don't buy a ticket. Not to quote the Nightcrawler, but yeah, no, that's solid. But yeah, this was a solid leg day, so pretty quick, not huge volume. My so hamstrings was a little quicker, and then quads was just a nuts set of squats followed by some leg extensions. I was kind of running on some residual quad pumpage just from walking around the expo today, but in terms of actual swollenness, it was freaking solid. So I'll bring the camera tomorrow after the expo, and we can get a walk around and really see what everything looks like. But yeah, we'll get back on a regular schedule. I'm really not trying to make these videos so late, but I don't want to get caught up in a delay. And then yesterday was a rest day because, so today's what, Friday, Thursday. So Wednesday I did 2 workouts because I did back in the morning and then I did arms at night, just because, if you're here at something like this, you want to be in the gym. And I could tell that was a little much. So yeah, yesterday was a rest day. So today with legs earlier, I'll be ready for, I'm ready for anything tomorrow. Arms, back, chest, maybe a little shoulders, throw some of that in. We'll see. I'm going to see if I can organize a bit of a group lift and get some characters whose faces at least I haven't seen for a while, if ever, and go throw some weight around. But let's cut straight to the training, and then that'll be it. But no, I can't get over this. Even at my first Arnold, that was 3 Arnolds ago, right? My third one was the one I just competed and went pro. The second one was the one where, we're just checking out the booth, first time actually as a guy at the Arnold. And then the first one 3 years ago, back in 2022, that was the first one I ever went to with some of my college buddies. That was the one where we managed to meet Jay Cutler, got a couple pictures, see everybody. If you've got the opportunity, if you can make it to these expos, whether it's a Fit Expo, the Olympia, even smaller ones too, a lot of bodybuilding shows, the Grand Prix in New York and Poughkeepsie that I just went to 2 weeks ago, or a little longer than that. They've got booths. guys just freaking show up, man, and it's crazy to see. Like, you know, I don't think there's a desensitization of even being, you know, I'm kind of exposed to it, definitely more than like the regular guy. But every time I see somebody who I've only seen on my phone, and I'm like, holy shit, there he is. And maybe it's a big ass dude, and he's even bigger in person. Maybe I'm just a gym addict, which I guess is probably the case, but that just gets me so freaking amped. Like, I can tell my excitement's through the roof. I already feel pretty excited. Like, I'm always amped up about training, but it's days like this where you get to kind of size up. Like, Wesley is freaking bulked up right now, getting into an off season. The guy looks like he's 300 pounds. It's just awesome. Not to mention the competitors, you know. So not to hype up the expo too much, but I don't think that'd even be possible. I don't think it's possible to hype it up too much. So yeah, if you can make it, or if you're around, or maybe you're only like a 4-hour drive away, we've still got tomorrow and Sunday. Actually, shit, I don't know if is there an expo Sunday? Ah, shit, I gotta make sure. I don't know. Look it up. All right, Mr. Olympia Expo schedule. See if you can make it, because if you can, I promise you will not regret it. Even if it's kind of a story of like, oh shit, you know, me and 4 guys all got in our car and we took shifts driving. Like, you know, once just to see it in person, there's nothing like it. But let's cut to some leg training. I'm gonna get some sleep, go get some food, or get some food, then get some sleep, and we got one more day at the expo tomorrow. So if you're running around there, Gymshark booth, 11:30. We got some shit going on. So hopefully I'll see you then. But let's jump back in time to Newtech, where I'd say it was a good lift. It was quick, but it was good. So legs, but quads are the real star today. So hamstrings is more so just a bit of a touch and go. Quads are going to be the brute work. So I think I'll just start with 2 or 3 sets of good hamstring curls. Because, I mean, you know, when I squat or do a leg press next, hamstrings will be activated, right? So quads is the main course. Hamstrings a little more appetizing. Okay. All right. Yeah, I was thinking about changing machines, but honestly, I'm just going to stay here. This one feels freaking sweet. My headphones are near dead, and I want to save them for squats. All right. Oh yeah, one more. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go warm up on leg extensions, and we can just jump straight to a set of squats. All right, so this isn't exactly working sets. This is just getting the quads warm, but I'm still bringing it. Just not trying to wreck them. Just trying to get them ready to be wrecked on squats. A little more of this. Then we get ready. Oh my God. Dude, 5 plates is fucking heavy. Let's see something else. That was good though. Oh shit. Yeah, 4. Thank you. That was good. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh. Yeah. Fuck. Now it's good. Holy shit. All right. Oh my God. I think one more, that's actually going to be it. Oh crap. Very dense lift today. Oh my God, fuck. All right, just a quick little peek quad-wise. Nothing insane, but I feel full as a freaking house. Like, it feels like my skin is gonna freaking tear from being so filled up. Like standing, no flexing, these things are freaking tense. But let's get out of here. Duty calls.